Welcome back. Now, Foreign Secretary Liz Truss is the UK's new chief Brexit negotiator, replacing Lord Frost, who resigned over the weekend over concerns about the current direction of travel of the government. Truss, who voted Remain in 2016, will face the task of reigniting talks with the EU and resolving the stalemate over Northern Ireland. Well, joining me now is Reform UK leader and co-founder of Leave.eu, Richard Tice. Richard, how do you feel about the resignation of Lord Frost? I mean, many of us considered him to be the right man, really, to oversee that job. After all of the watering down and diluting of Brexit, of course, we're MEPs together during the Theresa May era. Suddenly it felt like we had a man who really wanted to do it the right way, all in, and he's gone.
I know. I was really shocked and actually very sad, because the truth is he understood the detail. And yes, he was involved in negotiating. We all knew that it wasn't perfect, but that was Theresa May's fault. But here he is, he's now gone, not actually just because of the way of the Northern Ireland Protocol negotiations, but also because of his concerns about the political direction of the government. That's a whole different story. But this appointment of Liz Truss as the lead negotiator is, in my view, a disaster. She's the Foreign Secretary. She may be a great Foreign Secretary, but that covers the whole world. She's a very busy person. She's also, of course, Minister for Women and Equalities. So she's got a huge amount on her plate, and this requires total focus. My concern is that the EU will see this as a weak appointment, someone who is not prepared to walk away. And we know that if you're not prepared to walk away, as Theresa May wasn't, you end up being completely legged over by the EU. Whereas actually there were real concerns in the EU that Lord Frost was prepared to trigger Article 16. So I think this is a weak appointment. There's clearly some politics in it. Boris is sort of, he's trying to sort of suggest, I suspect, is he trying to put Liz Truss into a really difficult place where she might get something wrong and fail, and therefore that sort of props him up a bit? Not quite sure. But in terms of the negotiations of this critical issue about the Northern Ireland Protocol, I think it's a weak appointment. I think the EU will see it as weak. They won't think that she's prepared to trigger Article 16. And I think that's very bad, not just for Northern Ireland, but actually also for the fishing negotiations. And the minister underneath appointed Chris Heaton-Harris. Look, a nice guy, but he's not a John Redwood. He's not a Steve Baker. It's one of those sort of people who should have been appointed, because that, from Boris's point of view, would have brought in people from the right of the party, someone, real true believers in a proper, hard Brexit negotiation. That would have been much smarter and much better for the country. But then again, this is Boris. What do we expect?
There will be people out there who say...